Welcome again, guys. Let's go straight into what I want to talk about today. This is for people, for young people, man. I have children, I have teenagers. They're turning 18. And even if you're not young, never too late to learn things or get to decipher languages. They're very subliminal, right? So we all went through this interview process when we're excited, right? We're 16, 17 years old, 18. We want to get a job, or whatever age you are. We want to get a job, right? Because we're in America, or wherever you are. We need to pay bills. We need to buy stuff, right? Take care of our children, and this is exactly what it's the problem, right? Because from the beginning, we already have the wrong approach. And our parents, sometimes they don't tell us this because they have been following the same thing that everybody else follows, right? And it's not that they were wrong, they were just ignorant, right? Being ignorant and stupid is not the same. Ignorant is that you just don't know something. But whenever you have the opportunity, you will embrace, right? And tackle the moment to learn, right? When you're stupid, you refuse, right? To accept that you have a brain, and you don't acknowledge that there's something that you don't know that can get you better results, right? And I'm gonna go through this because this is gonna help a lot of people. Few, it don't matter, right? Have you seen when you have an interview? The first step is like you qualify, you have to go through all the process, right? Legally, here in the United States, blah, 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 blah. Let's skip all that, right? We all know that. But then eventually you get to get an interview. See how they already submitting you, how they already on top of you, right? Making you feel that you are winning, but not quite winning yet. Congratulations, you qualify to an interview. If you pay attention to that garbage, it's really nothing to get happy about, and there's nothing to congratulate. Okay, it's just a process. It's an interview. All right. I'm here to tell you this because I'm old school, right? I'm on my 40s, and my first job there was none like that. Okay, and it's not that we have to be old school, but it tells you that the people who have survived, who have been in the middle of certain transitions, can tell you this was not like that before. And doesn't mean it was right or wrong. They're just bringing up a perspective that you can realize how slavery becomes more and more a reality, right? But in a more sophisticated way. That's why people don't need to have chains on their neck, on their hands, on their feet, right? Lynching them, right? Because there's a subliminal language, right? There's a subtle behavior that these people, corporations, are trained, and then they train, right, through all their hierarchy, right, the chain of command from the lowest to the top, right? And you as a regular human being, as a worker, our first job, I'm here to tell you, is not to look for a job, but is to look for what you're good at naturally. I'm going to repeat this again. Our job, okay, my job, your job, is not to find a job. My job is to find what am I good without trying, okay? What am I naturally good at, okay? This means I don't have to try at all. It just comes naturally, okay? Just like drinking coffee, drinking water, standing up, walking. You just do it, right? It's inevitable. You just do it. You move the hand without hesitation, okay? And when we start, every single human being, and I'm not saying that everybody's gonna do it, because a lot of people are comfortable at their corporate job. They're comfortable and they're eager and excited to find a job until they get to learn the reality that these people are really not family. I'm not saying every single company is like this. Most of them are. I've been traveling the 50 states for a long time, okay? So I have my own data, okay? And I know people support my views because they have been through what I have, okay? So what I'm here to do is making this video, trying to not conveying this message based on what I know, right? It's being written down, and I get to, because I don't have sometimes good communication with my oldest son, because they're all going through the rebellious stage, right? Because he was not raised with me, right? So that's another story. Sometimes as parents, you struggle when you separate from their mom, right? But then, right, I make these videos and I know they listen to them, right? And it's good, right? But yeah, so the reason why young people are very immature in this game is because they don't know better. They're excited to have a job. They're excited to get your lifer license. They're excited for the first time to get a paycheck. And this is good. I'm not denying it. I tell my children, you should go get a job, not because you need the money, but because it will help you to connect with people. And for the first time, you will be exposed how people really act, okay, in true life, under pressure, whatever job it is, fast food restaurants, mechanic shop, warehouses, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, okay? Young people are eager to get to know this world, right? And it's okay. You get to interact with people, network, okay? Your first love. How many of us, met a girl, or a guy at our job, at a restaurant? We're 17, 18, 19 years old, boom, right? You start gaining experience. This is what I've been telling my kids, all right? That you don't have to chase the check. It will come. It feels nice. It feels nice, right? Especially if you have stepdad or your dad who doesn't ask you for money. He's not demanding you that every paycheck that you have, you're going to pay rent, you're going to pay bills, right? Because he's allowing you to get to know, what can you do with your money, at least buy your own supplies, buy your own stuff that you want, right? Then eventually you will get to know that there's a rhythm, right? There's a way, a system that, okay, we all have to pay bills, regardless if you're a billionaire or millionaire, in different way. But you still have to, do your math, and there is money transfers to whatever you need to pay your bills for, right? But the whole point is that I think this makes the difference when we tell our loved ones, our friends, that employers, corporations, managers, all these agents, they take advantage of you because you don't know better, because they know you have to pay bills, they know you need to eat, and they know you need a place to live, and you need to put gas on your vehicle, you need to buy clothes, etc., etc., okay? But the thing is that they know that, but normal people don't know that. They put all their eggs on these corporations, on these people, right? And they get run over it. Mm-hmm. And I'm getting sick and tired of watching all these families destroyed and putting the excuse that it's drugs, alcohol, other nonsense, the high of prices and inflation, and it is to a certain extent. But nobody talks about the work ethics, okay? And I'm not talking that there's sexual harassment going on. That's garbage. I'm talking about you as an employee, okay? You've been stripped out of your dignity, out of your own decisions, because you need the money. And when you have that approach, you're gonna be on your knees, you're gonna be scraping, twisting, you're gonna be doing things that you don't do at home. And if you don't do certain things at home, why would you wanna do at your job? Earlier, I made a video about, like, if you wanna, to not get lost out of the topic, if you wanna know, right? If you're a person, if you wanna know who you are, where you're standing at, Go out there and see how people talk to you, right? And that includes your job. How people talk to you is what they feel about you and what they know and believe who you are. Okay? So now you know. Okay? If people talk to you down, it's because you're letting it. Okay? If your manager, your supervisor talks to you like that, it's because you're letting it. Okay? And this creates a ripple effect because everything is happening psychological. Okay? It's not like your supervisors or corporate have a lynch, have a wood stick, it's hitting you. No. Everything's sophisticated. Slavery has become sophisticated that you don't see the chains, but you feel them. You feel them because you feel drained, you feel confused, you feel anger, and you let it out on your loved ones. And that's not okay because now they're complaining and they're blaming everybody else. Inflation, wars, drugs, alcohol, all right? And they play a factor on this, but only just a percentage. But there's a chunk, at least more than 50, or at least 50%. And this is corporation jobs that they're draining people and lying to them without lying. It's called politics. And this is just a topic for another day, not to confuse people today. But today we're gonna stick into how can you get better at this. I'm not advocating for not to have a job. I have my job myself because I have to for legal matters, right? Okay. But at the end of the day, I have people, family who have left their jobs and now they're working in some other project and still making money, not the same, but they feel happy. Okay. But the thing is that it's a big decision because it has to be without hesitation. Okay. You have to put yourself first and then your family comes second. If your family comes first, this is how corporations and jobs take advantage of you because everything's about family. No, it's not. Everything's about you. Okay? If you know how to swim, then if one of your loved ones, right, God forbid, needs help, he doesn't, it's drowning, then you can go inside and help him because you know how to swim. Okay? If you know how to tie your shoes, then if you see somebody who has untied shoes, you're going to tell them you need to tie your shoes because you're going to trip on your own. Okay? You're going to fall down. This is how it is. If you know how to ride a bike, you cannot ride a bike for someone. This has to be independent. Okay? I'm a family person believer, but it's you first, then family. It's not the other way around. And corporations and jobs know this. And this is always going to be the number one trick of the book. The rule of thumb, the oldest trick of the book. Put family in their heads so then they can get weak, emotional, and bend you like a rubber band, stretch you every angle until it rips off because it has no longer strength, elasticity. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. This is not to be angry, but to do some introspection. Think about it. Okay? You don't need to hate people, hate your job, but you have to have a different approach. You're not there for a paycheck. You're there just as a tool to learn about people, to learn about things, learn a new skill, and then when it's not serving you, it's ready to walk away. Okay? Family are going to criticize you. But let me tell you something that I know that I got introduced in a very bizarre way because I was doing time in a federal prison. When this guy in the shoe said something, family is not the one that you left behind. Family is not the one that you grew up with. Family is the one that you will always meet. I never forgot that. I didn't understand it. But basically what he was trying to say, when he was going crazy in the shoe, like sometimes, God talks in different ways. But he spoke saying that sometimes family are going to accuse you because of decisions you make, and it's okay. But once you know for the first time that this decision is because you want to be better, you want to be aligned with yourself, then you can be empowered and powerful enough to help your loved ones. But corporates and jobs and people will always put that on you. Oh, do it for your family. And once you know this is a trick. This guy, it's literally an enemy in disguise. okay? Because everything in this world starts with you and is because of you, okay? The road of a hero is a lonely road, but there's a reason why he walks it alone, right? He's grasping, absorbing every experience. All the pain is being transformed into power. So whenever people need help, he knows how to act because he's been there. Okay? Remember, guys, it's a trick, old trick from these corporations and these people. Do it for your family. It's a false motivation. It's not real. Do it for yourself, and then you can detect who's your real family.